I'm going to shift to English because it's been 10 years working in the FACEnetwork, and we used to speak in English in this network, so I had to learn English better than Spanish now. Why are we so happy to have this meeting today in Valencia about raw milk? I think artisan and farmhouse producers really need a scientific network about raw milk, and this could be the first step for this network. And I think we have to continue working, and I hope this network, this first step, will be the beginning of a long walk. So firstly, maybe some of the FACEnetwork members know already all the slides, but there are few. But for the other, I want to present FACEnetwork. Who are we? We are representing two kind of enterprise, two kind of micro enterprise. Firstly, what we call farmhouse cheesemakers and dairy producers, who are producing milk that come mainly from their farm, of their own livestock. That's my case. I'm producing goat milk in the east of France, near Lyon, and I'm processing the milk. And the second category is artisan cheesemakers, who are collecting milk from milk farm, local farmers, and there are also small structures. The common point of all those two kind of micro enterprise is that they are generally family businesses, which are making local products, selling it locally, and they are processing with traditional methods and specific know-how. And most of them are working with raw milk. FACEnetwork is a big network now. We don't have the last map. Now we are representing 16 countries, because it's not there, but we have Croatia with a new member from this year, and we are representing we are presenting 19 organizations in 16 countries. And now more than 3,500 producers are represented within FACE. We have two partner members in Bulgaria and Greece too. So we are a young network. We are beginning to work in 2009, and we are now we were structured officially in 2013. And now we have a big network, and we are recognized at the level at the European Union. Who are the farmhouse and artisan cheesemakers and dairy producers? We keep traditional process, and we are traditional equipment and premises. And most of us are working with raw milk. Not all of us, but mainly the great majority of us are working with raw milk, and I think those who are working with pasteurized milk would like to work more with raw milk if it was possible. And we can comply perfectly with the regulations. It's something we have to repeat all the time, because in some country, and in France too, sometimes it's difficult to convince the administration that we work perfectly with complying with the regulation, but we are doing it. We are traditional, but we are professionals. Food safety is one of our main concern, and we are very close from our customer. This is important because the sanitary security, the safety food, is important for us because we can see our customers every day. So we don't want to kill them. we can perfectly comply, but we need adaptation, derogations, and adequate interpretation. Most of the time, it's adequate interpretation. We worked on the specific to show that food safety is our main concern. We have been working on that in FACE since 5 years. We worked on a specific tool to help all producers to build an efficient food safety management system, which is called FACEnetwork GGSP. This guide has been validated by the European Union and by all the 28 members of the European Union in 2016. So this is an official document, and every producer who is using this guide can comply with the European law. And we have developed a training course, because you can make a guide if it's not disseminated on the field. This is no work. So we have developed a training program to disseminate this guide, and we don't have the logo there, but the program is called Teach Easy, and we are beginning now in every country to develop this program with some producers. I don't know why it didn't work. Why do we like so much raw milk? We are selling complex. We are selling cheese, we are selling dairy products, but selling these products, we are selling complex taste, typicity, authenticity, and diversity. And to do that, we need raw milk, because raw milk is something different than pasteurized milk. You don't have, you have much complexity with raw milk, and I think we have to learn to deal with it. And I think some of the speeches we will have deal with that. And so we need raw milk, and we want to conserve that. We need raw milk, and that's why this typicity, this diversity, this complexity is what is giving economical value to our product. That means we are mainly small enterprise, and what is giving us the power to continue living is the fact that we can sell our product more expensive than the industrial product. So we need to have specific product. It gives us economical value, but it gives us more because I think we are producing tradition, we are producing pleasure, we are producing culture, and we are producing sharing. And this is very important, because I have the feeling, because I've been dealing with administration of control for 20 years, I have the feeling that when you ask too much security, you are killing those value of tradition, pleasure, culture, and sharing. Now, raw milk is frequently blamed by sanitary administration and medical community. They think there is a risk with raw milk, and they are putting forward precaution principle and risk assessment. They want to protect consumers through simple and easy to understand communication. This is very important to me. The scientific results are not simple. They are not black and white. But when the administration communicate, mainly they are communicate very simply. They think that the consumer cannot understand complicated messages. And I think we need more complicated communication. This simple communication is what I call official truth. So they are saying something, and you cannot say the opposite. And sometimes the official truth is not completely true. And one other thing that is very important is they say that they can guarantee absolute security to the consumer. And this is obviously something that isn't true. You cannot guarantee absolute security to the consumer. Not with raw milk, but neither with pasteurized milk or other food products. in many countries, we have to face strict recommendation, especially for children consuming. But it does not consider pasteurized milk products as a potential risk. And we had problems with pasteurized milk products too. We have some people ill. We had some people ill with pasteurized products. We had it in France quite recently with some powder milk for babies with salmonella, and the milk was more than pasteurized. So you cannot say if it's pasteurized, it's safe. And in the same time, when they say you don't have to give raw milk products to babies, for example, or to children, they don't consider the benefits of raw milk. And this is something important. That means they're only considering the risk and they're not considering the benefits. So I think and when they do that, I think most of the political responsible and administration, they are considering more the short-term risk than the long-term benefits, because they can be accused if there is a problem, a short-term problem, and they don't care if they are not guilty of long-term problem like allergy or antibiotic resistance and all those things. So they privilege the short-term risk. This is a problem too. I think we need a politic more based on risk-benefit strategies than on risk assessments. It does not consider and one thing which is important, they do not consider the consumer as responsible. I think the consumer can choose. You cannot consider him as a child. He has to know that in any product he will eat, he will have maybe a slight risk, but he will have a risk. And this is his responsibility to choose. And I think we are going too far, considering that we must provide absolute security to the consumer. I had somebody in my farm recently who wanted to buy raw milk, and they had 2 babies. And the wife asked me, can I give raw milk to my babies? And I said, this is a very hard question. I can tell you that the administration in France now is telling that you must not give raw milk product or raw milk to children under 5 years. But then I give you this leaflet about the benefit of raw milk. And you can see that if you give a raw milk product and raw milk to your children, you will have big benefits considering the risk of allergy and asthma and all those things. And now you have those two assertions, those two documents, and you have to choose what you are going to do. And I think maybe we should go more on that way. Why do we need a scientific network? Many scientists know now that the absolutist hygienic approach can result in very serious problem in terms of public health. Very big problem in terms of public health that are costing a lot of money to Europe and to all the countries. Some of them are here, antibiotic resistance, developments of allergy, and so on. There are very big problems, and we know that they are very serious, but they are not striking problems. But still, when you talk with the administration, it is very badly accepted to contest the relevance of this approach. And now we need we need help to follow, I think, a narrow way between what I call official truth and what is called dope strategy that are used by tobacco company or climato-sceptic people. We are not in the dope strategy. We want a clear science, objective science, but we want to be responsible. And so we need a solid scientific reference to convince the administration to modify their approach. And we need a not too simple message and serious scientific communication towards consumers and politicians, so they can change their mind, maybe. So let's build this network, and thank you once again to Remedios to give us this opportunity.